She did too. I'm looking for the drone, and Sandy goes,
"Oh."
She says, "Look in." She goes, "Look in turn 1." I look down in turn 1. We're getting ready to go racing, and the drone is about 3 feet off the track.
Isn't that when I told you to come down there?
Yep.
Yeah.
About 3 feet, maybe 3 feet.
No.
Off of the racetrack with race cars coming straight at it.
Sir, that's your perspective because from my angle, he was about 5 feet up.
Well, that's because you're at the bottom of the bank.
Hey, come down here. You're going to be right here. It's going to be a great view.
That was a different time, though.
Oh.
This was earlier than that. This was when I was down sitting in the middle of the track in turn 1.
Yeah, that's a good spot.
3 feet off the ground because I could turn the camera down and count the rocks.
Yeah. My goodness.
And they're coming at me, and I'm going at them wide open.
You're holding that thing.
Yes, sir, buddy, wide open.
Well, and there's a view on the start of that feature, Ed. You put that in there, Ed, where the cars are coming straight at him.
I didn't get the cam. I'll put it in.
Oh, yeah, you didn't give it that. We didn't put that view in. But we'll get that on the next one. We'll get that up this week. There is a view you guys are going to see that, I mean,
it's phenomenal.
As phenomenal as it is, it nearly caused a heart attack, okay? This is not a toy, okay? This is not a, thank God Ed has the experience that he does, and he's as good as there is when it comes to flying one of these things. Thank God he's got that, and he knows his talent. He knows what he can and can't do, okay? I'm watching this, and I'm just like, God, please don't wreck that thing. The cars are coming at him straight down the straightaway. Green flag. They're on the throttle. He's about, I'm going to say maybe 3 feet. I don't know. I think he was less than 3 feet off the track. And he flies that drone straight at the front row. I mean, he is flying.
I noticed that it's getting faster.
He's flying this thing straight at these cars and lifts and goes up over him and films over the top of these cars. It was one of the most awesome moments that he's captured on video, and I saw that. I mean, ask Ed. When we were editing this stuff today, he looked at me and he hit play. I saw, and I'm sitting where you are, Gary, and I wasn't sitting when that thing was over, okay? I jumped up, and I tell you, I was so freaking, it was one of those things that was just so cool. I was pumped. I'm just like, oh, my God, as cool as that was.
And I never missed one beat of racing.
No. Because it goes up right in front of the cars, flies over. I mean, we're talking, when I say flies over the top of them, he's probably 3-4 feet off the top of these cars, right? Gets to the last car, spins it around, and catches the leaders at a turn 2 and right back all the way around with them. And I'm just going, oh, my God, it doesn't get any better than that.
It does
that was awesome.
I do have a question with that, though. When you're so close in the wind from the cars, how does that,
Doesn't bother.
Tell?
Doesn't bother.
Not that one that we bought.
Not that one.
Sounds like
now,
we need to get closer.
The DJI Phantom 3 that we had last year, I was doing that over the late models. And as the late models was going to the bottom, it would jump around. But the camera would stay still. But you could watch the drone. Boy, it was just fighting for its life trying to stay where it was at. But he told me he wanted some exciting views.
Yeah.
Got him.
You know? We got him.
So next time you just got to find a way to go right through that windshield, through the cockpit, right next to the driver, and right out the back.
And right out the back. I'll have to remember that. Make sure we don't have any bars back there, though.
I'm looking forward to Friday. Looking forward to Friday.
That's the day before race day.
Right.
Yeah. I like Fridays.
Guess what happens the day before race day? If everything goes right, and so far sounds like it is.
You buy us a steak dinner.
Ooh, steak.
Yeah. He's buying us prime rib that night.
Perspective is a funny thing.
It is. But rules are rules.
That goat don't look like prime rib.
No. Land of Frost ham is not prime rib, Dave. No, I'm looking forward to heading down to D-Ray Designs.
Oh, yes.
I'm looking forward to heading down there.
The Moxie Mobile.
Yes, we should have the Suburban done with the wrap. Should have, okay. Talk to D-Ray. Says he's feeling confident. If it doesn't get done, I said, hey, man, no worries.
It'll get done.
Because he is so much like, with D-Ray, we have talked a lot. He is so much like me that it has to be, every line has got to be absolutely perfect. Okay, and that's just the way he is. Call it OCD, call it what you want. We're victims of it. Okay,
and not that we don't draw any attention now. going down to Medford.
Well, that's not because of the paint scheme on the truck.
With all of us not hanging out the window, waving at the cars, like, "Hey, we're going."
It's like a barrel full of monkey on wheels.
Roll down the window.
Clown car.
But we do have fun.
We have a great time. So
Yes, we do.
as of right now, and I think we kind of decided this on the way to the track last week. I think we're leaving early and making a stop.
Yes.
Oh, I'm excited.
Do a little
Wouldn't-
I'm
competition.
excited. Yes.
We can all wear GoPros on our helmets.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Just saying.
So I don't know the name of the place, and not that it matters.
I could put the drone up and let it
Yeah.
take pictures.
How are you going to do that? Well,
I have a
losing
wand. I can
in the
take.
back.
I can take the big Typhoon,
No.
put it in the
Just
middle,
set
and
it
put
on
the
neutral?
wand in my pocket, and it'll follow me.
Yeah, follow him.
It'll follow me.
Who
'cause
wants
I'm going to win.
Who wants to watch a
Okay.
last
Well,
place
it is a
car?
good angle
I
from
don't
the
know
back.
about that.
It
Come
gets
on.
So
everybody.
here's the thing: we're going to leave here early. We're going to get down to Southern Oregon. And I don't even know the name of the place. It doesn't even matter. Doesn't even matter.
It's on the left-hand side going into Medford.
That's all that matters right there is where it's at. We're going to jump out. We're going to get in the go-karts. We'll have a little moxie battle.
We're gonna.
Okay?
We're gonna
Here's
race.
what I'm
There's gonna be
saying.
a lot of bets made on the way down.
Any drivers down that way, any fans, any team, anybody that wants to come out there, and you guys look it up, go-karts in Medford.
It's the one right at exit 33, isn't it?
We're going to
It's
make
a fun
posts.
zone.
We'll make our
Something like
posts.
that.
We'll check in when we get there. I want to invite everybody out just to have a good time.
Everybody
Come race with us. We're going to get in those little play-around go-karts
We got
and just
dibs
go,
on the front of the line, though. Just
you know.
I think they do a max of 25 miles.
I don't
an
even
hour.
think they go that fast.
No.
I'm pretty sure we can make some
You know
adjustments.
what? I'm bringing string, and we're going
There's
to
no
bypass
rules
the
in
governor.
go-kart
Yeah.
racing.
Bring some,
This
bring some bait on
is
the
going to
line.
be fun. This is going to be fun. So I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to another, great night of racing down there at Southern Oregon Speedway, and
The challenge is on.
it is.
For all you fans out there, if you want to whoop Moxie,
Yeah,
yep,
let's do this.
Come on,
come on out.
Come
You gotta
dance
watch
with the
Dave.
devil.
Dave's not afraid to spin the leader.
I don't know, but Dave only weighs 90 pounds,
Yeah,
too.
he's
So.
not going to turn well on those corners.
And that's soaking wet.
Hey, if
See,
you want a sandbag,
so here's the
Dave,
handicap.
You can weigh in on that.
Here's the handicap for that, Dave. You're going to start in the back of the pack.
Yep.
So I get that prime rib if I come out front.
Yeah.
if you win,
Oh,
I'll make sure you get a good dinner.
I like how he specifies.
Bump and
Yeah.
grind's okay.
No
know what?
bump and grind is
No
not
bump-
bump and
Never
grind
mind.
to a sense,
You
not
know,
with intent.
Yeah. Now with
Kinda
go-karts,
hard
the
sometimes.
steel horn is fair play.
Yeah.
Well,
They're made to bump.
now if we're talking play, okay,
the
we're
weather's
talking
nice,
real.
I'm
If we
bringing
want to go
a lot
real
of
race
balloons.
rules,
We're going to race.
okay, then we're going to
No,
use
we're
real
gonna-
race rules.
There's
Outlaw
no
cars.
rules.
No,
No
no.
rules.
You
Track
got
rules. Track
Track
are what we
rules?
follow.
Yeah.
That's
We're
it.
doing backyard
so the
racing.
track rules
Backyard.
like this.
Yep.
Okay,
Backyard.
any of those rental places are going to tell you no bumping.
Sure, they're going to tell you no bumping, but bumping is one thing. Bumping is when somebody's slowing down, you don't check, and you slam them. That's
Okay,
bumping,
well,
right?
what-
No, I checked
that's a slam.
before I
We're
slammed into
rubbing.
You. You just
We're
didn't
rubbing
check
and-
me when I
yeah.
was
Rubbing is
coming
racing. I
behind
get it, but you can't spin somebody out
Oh,
on
yeah.
purpose.
Well,
on
You can't
purpose.
really spin anybody out in those
Okay,
things. They
are
just
those
you
guys
can.
real
I'll show
track
you.
officials out there, or are they just people that are hired
We
for
can
$10 an hour?
we can officiate ourselves.
We can distract them real good.
We can
be
officiate it. It's like a, like, a,
clean
like, a,
racers.
like a game of pickup. Okay, a little pickup basketball. But we'll do it with go-karts. All right. Back of the pack, Dave.
Back of the pack.
I'm
got
so
back-
confident.
back of the pack.
I'm
You've
so
got the
confident
weight
about my
advantage.
driving. I'll start back there with you, Dave.
Oh Lord,
Okay, we're on the back.
puts us up front.
Does that mean it's a point game?
Well, we'll let Nina and Sandy be in the front.
Yep.
You guys could be in the
Let's
front.
put Sandy on the pole.
Yeah,
Just-
Sandy
Sandy's
be on the pole.
My sister was on a pole once.
Shut up. That conversation is done.
no!
We are not
no.
talking about your sister. This is a family show.
This is a racing show.
This is a
That's
family
terrible.
show.
Here,
That's a
beat
lot
red.
of pressure being put on the pole, Gary, because you guys have to get around me then.
So, no,
I am
okay.
going to kick your
This is
butt,
a good
Gary.
question too. This is something I've totally. I was going to ask this earlier in the show, and we were having the
I was
discussion.
gonna come in
Now
with
that
the
you've brought
word.
the pole setter, okay?
On the pole, not sitting on the pole.
Setter,
Setter.
pole
setter.
setter.
It's a talent.
Person that.
Set on the
Okay,
pole.
so
Okay.
Okay, guys.
let's
Clean
talk
show.
about the front row. This is a good discussion to have because it's different everywhere. Okay. And tell me how you have interpreted this rule, Gary. You've got some racing history. You've got some
Yeah.
time in cars. Okay. Ed, has got some time in cars. We've all been racers at some point. Who sets the pace on the front row?
The guy in the number one position.
So you're saying the guy in the pole sets the pace?
That's correct.
Gary?
I beg to differ. I'd say the outside.
Outside front row sets the pace. Dave, who sets the pace, inside or outside of the front row?
Outside.
Outside. Nina?
I think it's who's driving.
Doesn't matter who's driving. What's the rule? Who sets the pace, inside or outside?
Well, who's in the number one
Outside.
position?
Outside. Pole is number one.
That's right.
Okay.
Inside or outside?
Sandy, who sets the pole? Or who sets the pace?
I thought it was the number one, the inside car.
So you interpret the rule as the pole setter sets the
That's
pace.
what I've always thought, yes.
Okay. My interpretation of that rule through all the years is the guy on the outside front row sets the pace. That's how I interpret the rule. That's how I grew up watching dirt track. I'm talking dirt track racing. Okay. I'm not talking asphalt. I'm not talking that NASCAR stuff. We're talking dirt track racing. If you're on the front row, who sets the pace? Inside or outside?
Inside should.
Inside. Gary says outside.
Outside.
Dave says outside. Nina says outside.
I say inside.
Sandy says inside. I say outside. I think the outside front row sets the pace. You don't go until he goes. Now go to a different racetracks around the country and see how that rule is applied. It's going to be different. It's going to be a 50-50 deal. Just for me personally, what I watched growing up was the outside front row.
Well, what I've been watching for the last 3 years has always been the inside man, the pole setter.
Ed, I was going to say the exact same
Yeah,
thing.
the pole setter. The pole setter should be on the inside. If the guy on the outside jumps him, it shouldn't be a start.
I think it's hard for a flagman to
differentiate because he's looking at an angle.
Yeah.
It's his perspective.
Looking at that outside guy.
I'm with you.
I've always looked at the outside guy.
I'm with you. I watch the guy on the outside front row.
Yeah.
I don't. I watch the inside guy because that's when I know they're starting. If he hits the throttle, but in
so what happens if the guy on the outside front row hits the throttle and the guy on the inside doesn't go?
Then he's going to pile everybody up behind
That's
him.
right. the guy on the outside should be jump to start. If he passes the inside car prior to the cone, he just jumped to start.
Unless the rule is written, the outside front row sets the pace. Which, growing up, watching dirt track racing,
what is the rule today?
Depends on where you're at.
What is it at Southern Oregon Speedway?
At Southern Oregon Speedway, I cannot tell you because I have not had that discussion with officials. It's an interesting question.
Because, we've seen it a couple times when they never could get the start correct. They kept jumping the start. You get 2 chances to do it. If you don't, guess what? You go to the back. Mm-hmm. The next 2 cars get a chance to do it.
Right.
Okay? Usually it's always the inside car, the pole setter.
Is it?
Well, like you said, it depends on the track.
It
but
does.
in my perspective,
sure,
here we go again.
Okay. See, this all goes in with that conversation too on how
everywhere I ever raced, if I was on the pole, I set the. But it's supposed to rain tomorrow, and then Saturday is supposed to be nice, or Friday is supposed to be clear, and then Saturday's going to be nice also.
Enough time to dry it up.
It'll have time.
Okay, then we are connected. We're
with
back
the wind,
for sure.
The way the wind blows here, yeah, it'll dry it out enough.
Definitely back live. So, for those that missed, we had a discussion on
the storm.
The storm. We discussed the pole setter, the outside front row, who sets the pace.
Lightning struck when I said no, it's got to be the inside guy, and it took us out for a couple seconds.
It did.
Dang it, Ed.
So. We've got 3 wins for Weinbarger.
Yep.
We've got 2 for Chadwick.
Right. 3-2.
There's been 6 races. Trenchard won the first one. I don't have an update on points. Does anybody have the fortitude to make a prediction on who's walking out series champion?
I don't know, because if you look at last year, Campos won. And did he win a race?
No, he did not.
He did not. He did not win any races the whole week.
Consistency will win championships.
That's right. But he passed enough cars. He finished in a good enough position to where he got the points lead. But it's kind of hard to get